r/AskReddit. What if, after you die, Satan asks you how was hell? Dude. Nailed it? Burps, show me what ya got. I like what you got. Good job. Disqualified. Start imagining what heaven would be like. 20% less kicks to the head. Ain't that a kick in the head? The game was rigged from the start. Edit, thanks for the gold, but finding it's not the hard part. It's letting go. Big iron intensifies. To the town of Agua Fria rode a stranger one fine day. What the fuck did you just do to me? I got more stuff. I'd love to hear it. 3 guys 1 cup ad infinitum. Are people trying to outshit 2 girls 1 cup? Well, it's your cake day, so that's a mandatory revisit of that video for you, good sir. Nice try, Satan. How was hell? Please don't say it was just level 1. Edit, my first gold. Thanks, kind stranger. Level 2 commences. You are now ugly. Joke's on you, I was on level 2 all along. Nah, you a thoughty. Ah, thanks. Motherfucker, I wasn't talking about you. But you kinda beautiful too. I came a lot to most of your stuff, so 10/10ths would suffer again. Honestly, your porn search history gave us some great ideas for level 2 hell. We're getting late in level 2? Well, we are. It got really weird toward the end, like the writers were running out of ideas, so they just started doing crazy stupid shit. By any chance, were 2 of the writers called David Benioff and D.B. Weiss? That explains why I spent 7 years getting my degree, only to ultimately ignore it and choose a career path completely unrelated. Edit, while I appreciate the thought, I'm not a fan of people giving money to Reddit because they think something's funny. Please donate to a charity or something that can actually benefit from it, instead of spending money on useless Reddit gold. Thank you. I'm going through this right now. Just finished my master's and now going to Europe for some security job just because it sounds fun and exciting. My parents have been yelling at me for the last month. They pushed me to go to school and take on this debt, so why should I have to continue to suffer? Plus, I hate economics. 6 years of that bullshit was enough. Asterisk, I should clarify that it's military contractor work, not your average security job. Also took out only a small bit of debt, so this is not the most irresponsible choice I've made and I can pay it back. It's my happiness that I'm concerned about now. I've learned a lot of torture techniques. Sure, flaying is cool, but have you ever added 8 unskippable ads to your videos? How about trying to beat Super Meat Boy 106%? Binding of Isaac 3,000,000% says hello. Good luck 100% completing this Goliath of a game 3 times LMAO. Too painful. Congratulations, you passed the first test. Cheering. But I have some bad news for you. What? You're going back. Bye. Screaming. Edit, it's over 9,000. Raw. Breaks Scouter out of boredom. I'll tell you where they aren't. Safe. The part when my dog died was a bit much. Thanks, Satan. This is hitting a little too hard right now, sad face, same. I doubt Satan had anything to do with me putting down my 16-year-old though. I knew it. Jason figured it out this time. This is a new low. Immediately heard Michael's demon laugh when I read the title. Hug. I didn't know that laugh could be captured in written form, but you nailed it. That sounds about right. Unnerving as it is. I'd believe it. Tell him the ultimate insult, and he'll know what it means. Thanks for building that church in Ecuador. Explain, please. There is a church in Ecuador that Satan was tricked into building in exchange for this man's soul. The deal was that the church was to be completed by a certain date. The architect who made the deal didn't want his soul taken, so when the day came he removed a large stone from the building, therefore making it incomplete on that date. The devil built a church, and the guy kept his soul. This is at least what my relatives told me when I went to see the church myself. It's somewhat of a folktale in Quito, Ecuador, but is generally accepted as true. For what it's worth, it's Satan. Satin is a fabric. Silky forbidden fabric. This is actually what many early Christians, called Gnostics, believed. They believed that the Old Testament God Yahweh, who they called the Demiurge, not only created this universe, but that this universe is hell due to the incomprehensible amount of suffering that constantly occurs everywhere on this planet. Being that this is hell, naturally Satan is the Lord of this world. They believed that he is either an agent of Yahweh, or that Satan and Yahweh are the same being, i.e., the creator of the universe is the devil, and that our spirits are trapped in an endless cycle of death and reincarnation. They also believed that Yahweh is an inferior being to the true God the Father, who incarnated himself as Jesus Christ in order to save humans from Yahweh/Satan's grasp by giving us gnosis, or intense knowledge of our predicament, so that after death, instead of being tortuously reincarnated, we may finally return home to the spiritual realm from where we came. Of course, in Roman times, people rebelling against the creator of the universe was an extremely subversive and dangerous idea, which is likely the real reason that the Romans put Christ to death. People who don't submit to the creator of the universe certainly are not going to recognize the authority of any government or church, so the Gnostics were mercilessly persecuted by the Catholic Church and its governments throughout the Dark Ages until their ideas were almost wiped out forever. It wasn't until 1945 that the Nag Hammadi Library was discovered. Some thoughtful soul about 1,700 years ago decided to bury a lot of Gnostic texts in the desert. It wasn't until the late 1970s that translations into English were completed, so we've really only known what the early Gnostics actually believed for a few short decades. Some Gnostics believed that Christ wasn't even the Son of God, but just a teacher who had reached enlightenment through gnosis, knowledge of hell world. It should be noted that the early teachings of Christ are still hotly contested, and there was a lot of fragmentation in early Christian beliefs. Nice write-up, op, good job, smiley face. Subtle, up until 2015. Was it really subtle before? The 1930s and 40s were pretty much as hell as it gets for most of the world. Yeah, but they were good writing with believable and intelligent villains, rather than some cartoonish bumbling buffoon that somehow keeps winning even though any 5-year-old could see through his charade. Look up Gnosticism. Some people believe Earth is hell. TBH, I wouldn't blame them, humanity is fucked. Oh, I absolutely don't disagree with them. I'm just too worn out from being raised very Baptist to subscribe to any spiritual notions beyond just doing your best to not be a trash bag. Funny how the Baptist Church will do that to you. I've decided to invent my own religion. It's based on the concept that every living thing is animated by the same thing. So, there's no point in being an asshat to anyone because, in the end, you're just hurting yourself. I'm calling it the Church of Other. Our symbol will be a box with a check mark in it. Edit. Yes, I'm aware this is actually a very old and popular concept. I said based on the concept, not that I invented the concept. Also, it's a joke. You can stop messaging me and telling me I'm a moron. Thanks, lovely people. I'd give him a big hug and call him my bro. Okay, not sure why you hugged me, but anyway, do you want to spend the next 50 years in the anus torture room or the flaying room? Edit. Downvote me to 666 and then keep me there. Come on Reddit. You slippin'. Why not both? 'Cause it's two different rooms, dude. Too subtle. I had a lot of fun down there. Like, more than would have been necessary for me to miss it. Yeah, that's always a tough balancing act. Pretty much the only wrong answer is all suffering all the time. I did like the thing about the ruling class being all psychopaths and predators. Oh, that wasn't me. That was just natural selection. But I did make them perpetually unsatisfied no matter how much they had. That's diabolical. Correct.